Hi, everybody. I'm Pammy. I've been waiting 25 years for tomorrow. I'm going to finally have my pituitary tumor surgically removed and hopefully reverse my Cushing's disease. I didn't start hormone producing until 3 years ago and had an inferior petrosal sinus sampling. And the interventional radiologist who did the test said, dead center, it's like a 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter. It's almost imperceptible. And he said, but it's hormone producing inside your Rathkes cleft cyst attached to your pituitary since birth. And everyone poo-pooed it, including the doctor that ordered it, and including a very well-known endocrinologist up in Massachusetts, whose name I shall not share. I have been fat-shamed like most of us. I have been told that I'm a non-compliant diabetic, which I'm not. I eat organic, from source food, fruits, vegetables, complex carbohydrates, and lean proteins that are grass-fed beef, organic chicken, wild-caught salmon, and tuna. Very, very careful. Drink a lot of water. I don't drink any soda. I once in a while will have an unsweet iced tea out. And yet I had gained 140 pounds. Then I lost 50. And then I gained 18 all at once in, I think it was 3-4 weeks, about 3 months ago. And you can see my face is full, and I have our lovely little whatever you call that. If I lay down, and down the road, I'm going to add pictures to this video so you have those to look at. When I lay down, it's as if I have 2 additional breasts, and they come all the way up here and choke me every night. And then I have the buffalo hump at the back that chokes me from the back. So sleeping is not fun. I sleep with a CPAP, which is just a dreamscape under nose pillow. I still snore some, I'm told, but not badly anymore. And I wake up feeling at least like I've slept. So saw the otolaryngologist today, Dr. Olomu, at Mayo here in Jacksonville, Florida. And he said, Pammy, this is a cystic adenoma with Cushing's. He said, I can see it. I don't know how nobody else saw it. He said, it's right on your MRI. I'm looking at it. And he said, and when did you have the inferior petrosal sinus sampling? I said, 3 years ago. And the Harvard-trained radiologist who does interventional radiology, Dr. Juan Gomez, 3 times I called him afterwards because all the doctors I showed it to said, oh, we don't use those anymore. I said, well, we have it done, so let's read it. They didn't know how to read it. Most of the endocrinologists have no clue how to read an inferior petrosal sinus sampling. So when they blow you off telling you, oh, we don't use that anymore, it's too invasive, but you've already had it done, go elsewhere. This was complete BS. He said to me, gosh, I guess about a year ago, I called again. He said, Pammy, you still haven't had surgery? Oh my God, this is ridiculous. I said, I know. And so my primary care, who is an ER physician, as well as a primary care, and Dr. Gomez talked, and they both agreed I needed surgery. They both agreed that it was hormone producing and then it was an adenoma, suspicious for cystic adenoma. They also see me as cyclical Cushings. So all that will come out in the pathology, of course. Ironically, I have been in low cortisol for 7 weeks, and I can barely move. I have psoriatic arthritis in all my joints, have enthesitis, and all my joints are destroying themselves one at a time. I've already had my left hip replaced in October of 23. I'm having my right knee replaced in September if I'm healthy enough after this surgery. And then I need 2 thumb joint replacements. I will need a left shoulder and possible elbow. And down the road, I'll have the opposite knee and hip done. I also have a heart valve that needs to be replaced and some aortic stenosis, but nothing that they're treating right now. I have left ventricular abnormal geometric concentric. And so instead of being in the shape of a bullet, mine is round. And so it's causing my heart to have to work a lot extra too, possibly related also to Cushing's. We'll see how things go after surgery. My case is a little weird because of the psoriatic arthritis and because of how high my cortisol goes and then goes low and then goes high and then goes low. My body has become addicted to cortisol over the past 25 years. 25 years ago, I lost my vision for 40 minutes. They found the 5 millimeter cyst on my pituitary, no adenoma, nothing else. Throughout the years, just like many of you who are diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, I had severe, extensive adenomyosis inside the walls of my uterus. It took years to get that figured out. Then had a hysterectomy. I've just had tremendous trouble losing weight, even working 3 hours a day, working out 3 hours a day, and eating 1,000 calories a day. Eating the way I just described to you previously. I really would love to write letters to all these doctors that did this to me. It's really disgusting because you're an endocrinologist. You're supposed to cover all endocrine things and have eyes open for symptoms that match up with endocrine disorders. So for those of you that can, and I know it's not possible for everybody, please go to a pituitary center that's highly regarded. If you look on the Cushing's support site here on Facebook, the administrators did a beautiful job of putting together frequently asked questions and tons of resources there for learning about our disease, all the different aspects. Some people are adrenal, some people are ectopic, exogenous, some are, there's lots of variations, and it's very hard to diagnose. Dr. Olomu, I have to practice his name, he told me that they're working on, I forget what they call it, a machine. I don't have the exact name of it. I'll get back on that. But it is like an algorithm they're trying to design that compares patients like us who have potassium and sodium issues and comparing the differential between and creating an algorithm and for each of the different symptoms that we have so that it can self-correlate and then point to what we have. It's way in the early stages and not in use yet, but let's keep our fingers crossed. I mean, technology has changed so much since 25 years ago when I came into all of this. I think I've had at least 30 brain MRIs, cannot tell you how many CAT scans, the inferior petrosal sinus sampling. I've been on a lot of prednisone and glucocorticosteroids for 6 years for my psoriatic arthritis, but I stopped those 2 years ago, so it's outside the window for that type of Cushing's. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there right now. I just finished my smell test where I had to do 4 booklets of 10 smells each. Ugh. Some are like gasoline, some are lemon, some are floor polish. I mean, just horrible contrast. And I've got a little bit of a headache. I'm not really nervous about the surgery. I'm just, ready for this to be done. The surgeons have told me I am going to feel a lot worse than most patients because I have the cystic adenoma, cyclical Cushing's. He's going to have, when he goes, he said with cystic adenomas, there's a much greater risk of cerebrospinal fluid leaks. So he's going to use mucosal tissue from my sinuses. And he said, I'm going to make it thick to pad it so that hopefully we can keep you from that. You're also going to have a sling under your nose for a while. And he said when he fixes the defect in my sinus, all of that together, plus my withdrawal from cortisol and my psoriatic arthritis, it's a recipe for not feeling good for a very long time. He said, here's what you need to keep your eye on. He said 6 months to a year is when I expect that you're going to see your optimal result from this. And I said to him, I think it'll be great, man. I'll get back to you when I become a Victoria's Secret model. And we had a good laugh, and he's great. Dr. Chaichana is wonderful. Dr. Susan Sampson, the neuroendocrinologist who diagnosed me, really made it happen. She's amazing. And if you read her curriculum vitae, you'll be blown away. She's an incredibly brilliant woman, and she thinks way outside the box. She understands the other disease processes and how they interact and intertwine with our Cushings. So please don't lose hope. Please, please, please. It's worth it if you have to borrow the money to go to a really good center that has really good reviews from people who have similar symptoms to yours. I can't say enough. I'll post-op and let you guys know how I'm doing. And like I said, I'm not going to be classic. I am probably going to be a little bit worse. And I know that going into this, so please don't gauge a straight Cushing's off of my result. But I'm really looking forward to getting this disease stopped. The last 2 days, my blood sugars have been insane. And it's not, people are, oh, you're nervous. I said, no, I'm actually not. I'm really excited about this. They've been going up to 300 and down to 204, and that's about it. And they told me it's the tumor. And my ACTH this morning at the lab, the day before surgery, is abnormally high. So I was like, we gotcha. So please hang in there. Feel free to ask any questions. If I get too many questions, I'll turn comments off so I can get a break and heal. But I definitely will try to address everyone that writes to me. And I wish each of us the best outcome and renewed sense of purpose in life. 25 years is too long. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.